Welcome to The Explainer. Today, we're talking about something huge, a life skill that many of us, let's be honest, had to figure out the hard way. Teaching our kids about money. Getting this right is one of the most powerful gifts you can give them. So, let's just dive right in. To really understand why this is so critical, just look at the story of Makita Oliver. She was a well-known TV presenter over in the UK. And at just 27 years old, she hit a complete financial disaster. She later admitted that, yeah, she had an accountant, but her family just never talked to her about personal finance. So she just didn't save for her taxes. And the result of that? A tax bill for over £170,000. To put that in perspective, that's around 7.6 million baht. That's an absolutely crushing amount of money. And it forced her into bankruptcy. And look, this isn't just some celebrity horror story. It's a really powerful reminder of how high the stakes are when these lessons are missed early on. Okay, so a cautionary tale is one thing, right? But the real question is, how do we get proactive? How do we actually prepare our kids so they don't have to learn these lessons the hard way? How do we give them the tools to navigate a pretty complex financial world with confidence? First off, let's be really clear about why this matters so much. Because this is about way more than just pounds and pence or baht and satong. This is about building responsibility, confidence, and just solid critical thinking skills that are going to serve them their entire life. So to make this easy, we can break it all down into 4 key ideas. Let's call them the 4 pillars of money. If you think about it this way, it gives you a really simple, really clear framework for pretty much every money conversation you're going to have. And what are they? Earning, saving, spending, and giving. If you can help them get a handle on these 4 things, they'll have a complete picture of how money really works as a tool. So, let's start with the first 2. First up, earning and saving. You know, this is the absolute foundation, understanding where money comes from in the first place, and then building that crucial habit of putting some of it aside. We've all heard that old saying, money doesn't grow on trees, right? But a much more powerful lesson for kids is this: money comes from effort. See, it's not a lesson about what's lacking. It's a lesson about taking action. It helps them connect their work directly to a reward, which is huge. So how can they really feel this? Well, think about what fits your kid. Maybe it's earning a little money for doing some extra chores around the house. Or if they're creative, making and selling small crafts. They could even declutter their room and sell some old toys. All of these things teach that same core lesson: your effort creates value. Now, this next idea, it could honestly change everything. It flips the script on how most adults handle their money. The single most important rule is to save first and then spend what's left over, not the other way around. If you can instill this pay-yourself-first habit, you're setting them on the bedrock of financial security. And you can make this really tangible for them. You could start with something as simple as a clear jar instead of a piggy bank, so they can literally watch their money grow. Then make it official. Open their first bank account. That's a huge milestone. Work with them to set a goal, like for a new bike, to teach delayed gratification. And then later, you can introduce the magic of interest, where their money starts making money. Okay, on to our next 2 pillars, spending and giving. So, once the money's been earned and a little bit's been saved, how do we teach kids to use the rest of it wisely and with a bit of heart? The most critical lesson in spending is understanding wants versus needs. It sounds simple, but it's everything. Needs are the essentials, food, a roof over their head. Wants are all the other fun stuff, the new gadgets, the cool clothes. Helping a kid learn to tell the difference and prioritize is a skill that will stop so many impulse buys and prevent debt down the road. So how do you make this super practical? Try the 3 jars method. It's brilliant. Just get 3 clear jars and label them: spending, saving, and giving. Then every single time your child gets some money, they physically divide it up between the 3 jars. It's a simple, powerful, hands-on way to learn budgeting. And that 3rd jar, the giving jar, is so important. It teaches this really beautiful lesson that money isn't just for us. It can be a tool to help other people. Whether it's donating to a local charity or buying a small gift for someone, this pillar builds empathy and shows them that they're part of a bigger community. So we've got the 4 pillars. But what's the glue that holds it all together? It's you. It's your approach. So here are 3 golden rules for you, the parent, that will make all of these lessons actually stick. Ultimately, it really all boils down to this. Number 1, you have to be the role model they see. Your actions will always, always speak louder than your words. 2, you have to make money a normal, open topic of conversation, not some scary, secret thing. And 3, and this is maybe the most important, when they make a mistake, and they will, treat it as a learning opportunity, not a catastrophe. That's how these lessons really sink in for good. Just remember, building financial literacy, it's a marathon, not a sprint. It's not one lecture, it's an ongoing conversation that's built on trust. So I'll leave you with one simple question to get you started. What's the very first money conversation you're going to have with your child?